Taeyong froze on his way out, seeing Jungkook standing in the middle of the room with his arm wrapped below his chest. He looked at Taeyong with a raised eyebrows. "Does it take you 37 minutes to change?" he asked. Look at his watch. Taeyong flushed and started looking here and there. Jungkook was enjoying teasing him. "Jungkook, come and sleep now," Jungkook said, and they looked at him wide-eyed. "They, will not you leave?" Taeyong asked, looking at him with flushed cheeks. It was a big hit on Jungkook's ego. Girls died for his closeness, and his own husband wished for him to leave him alone. He swallowed hard to control his anger and moved toward Taeyong. Taeyong noticed the change in his demeanor. They averted his eyes down. Jungkook wrapped his arm around Taeyong's waist and leaned down so that his face was closer to him. He held their chin and made they look at him. The moment his eyes met their ocean eyes, he felt his anger melting away. "Jungkook, you know, I'm your husband. If I have not been sleeping in his room, it doesn't mean I can't. Learn to sleep beside me," Jungkook said, caressing his cheeks. He loved how puffy they were and how they color our small things. Taeyong was tense. He was not expecting this touch to be soft. They was expecting pain for his disobedience, but it never came. Jungkook took his clip out of his hair and laid it down on the left side, the side he slept on every night, and then moved to the other side to sleep. Taeyong slept, but Jungkook lied awake. He didn't plan to do this, but they reluctant asked every possessive part of him to show that they was his. If he had not been showing his right, it didn't mean that they were not his. He said, seeing the slight fear in their gaze. When he went next to him, he didn't want their fear. He knew that he was moving fast. It must be overwhelmed for him. That's why he didn't even touch their hand after laying on bed. He turned toward they and looked at his sleeping form. He wanted to hide them from the world. He was so beautiful, but the thing which made him crazy was his innocence. He loved that how easily he could read his emotions. "Jungkook, what are you doing to me, John Taeyong?" He said softly and touched his cheek. He wanted him protective feeling to lessen, but they had only increased with each second they stayed together. He had even taken out the thought of ever hurting they out of his mind. There was no point of hoping for impossible things. Next morning, in the morning, Jungkook woke up first. He went to his morning workup. After returning, he took a shower and decided to wake up Taeyong. He had already asked Minjin to bring their breakfast. He sat on the bed and pushed the hair away from his face. "Jungkook, Taeyong, wake up," he said softly, but they opened his eyes immediately. He was looking at him with gaze eyes. He was looking really cute in his night suit. Jungkook could not deny himself. He leaned down and kissed his cheek. "Jungkook, Taeyong," Jungkook whispered on a curse. They got back into his sense and quickly got up. They smiled, seeing him dishevelled. He needed to inform his secretary that he would not be come early today. His office time was 9 a.m. and he didn't plan to go early anymore. Taeyong took his clothes and went to shower. When Jungkook entered the room again, he saw him standing in front of the dressing table. He was trying to comb his hair. Tae was getting through the trouble of combing them, and now he was getting tired. It always felt like a chore to him. His mother used to comb him for him, but now, for some time, he had to comb them himself. Jungkook went near him and took the brush. "Jungkook, you silly boy, you are breaking your hair," he said in a strict voice. They looked at his wide eyes, expecting pain to be served soon, but he stroked the beautiful honey brown hair and then started combing him. Once it was done, he placed the brush down and said, "Minjin is here for your help. Ask her if you find something trouble you, and don't try to comb your hair like that again. If I am not home, ask Minjin to do it for you." They pouted. "I have been combing my hair myself for some time now. Jungkook, I can see that." Jungkook knew that he was not really careful about his hair. He hated his hair because someone loved them. Minjin knocked the door. Jungkook touched Taeyoung's cheeks. "Stop pouting and let's eat," he said, and gave permission to Minjin to enter. He left after serving food. Taeyong took the same food he did daily. Jungkook took a deep breath. Nothing was different from yesterday. He took a plate and placed some pancakes in it. "Jungkook, try them," Jungkook said, putting the plate in front of Taeyong. They looked at them and then at his own plate. "No, it's fine, Jungkook. Don't you like it?" he asked, turning to his face toward him. They could not even think of lying, looking at his face. "I like them, Jungkook. So eat," Jungkook said. Taeyong could not explain his problem. "Eat," he used his strict voice. Tae quickly placed his plate up. He took a bite. He wanted to eat, but his body was denied to comply. His body was already growing tired. Calling in fear of punishment, his brain knew that it would not happen, but his body was not getting the message. Jungkook saw Tae fight with himself. His cheeks were getting red. His eyes started to shine with unfallen tears. They took his fork and placed it in the plate. Tae still didn't look at him. Jungkook wrapped his arm around Tae and placed him in his lap. Taeyong was shocked by sudden movement. He looked at him wide eyes and placed his hand on his chest. Taeyong's cheeks were turning red and tears were ready to flow. Jungkook cupped his cheeks and whispered, it's okay, he said, pulling him closer. They hid his face in their neck. They want a break for his inner conflict. Jungkook snored him for some time and then pulled his plate forward. They finally remembered their position and tried to get up, but he held Tae still. Their cheeks were now red with some other reason for. His closeness was comforting, but there was also fear of losing, of being hurt again behind it. Jungkook impulsed a piece of fruit in his fork and took it near his mouth. When he didn't open it, he gave him a strict look. They finally opened his mouth and relaxed in his lap. He started feeding Tae, and Tae ate his by own food. After 2 or 3 bites, he fed up Tae some pancakes. Tae was expecting himself not being able to eat, but it was nothing happened. He could actually enjoy the taste. After a bite, they gave him a big smile. Jungkook's heart stopped seeing Tae smile so beautifully, but he didn't understand the change in his emotion. But he was happy seeing him smiling. He decided to let it go. Tae was not able to eat much. He was very small epic. Jungkook didn't force him. He knew that he needed to go. He cleaned Tae's mouth with napkin and placed him on sofa again. He got ready. Tae was helping with his small things, like getting a tie of him, getting him phone, choose his watch and files. Before going, he placed a kiss on Tae's forehead. "Do what you enjoy and take care of yourself. Tell Minjin if you need anything," he said and left. It was a new for both of them. They was not giving it much through. He was trying to keep the wall strong but was falling miserably. Jungkook had started making place in his heart. Jungkook felt like he was leaving his heart at home. When he left, He didn't even know how their relationship would change so fastly.